Honestly, if you could have smelled this while it was cooking, you might be as excited as I am right now. And when I say excited, I mean food excited, not excited, because it's a whole different thing. Creeper, stop thinking like that. We're turning the clock back to 1973, and we're having a patty melt. Juicy, delicious, beefy, cheesy, amazing. There are important questions we find ourselves asking every now and then. What is our purpose in life? Is there life after death? Who am I? And the really big one, what's the difference between a hamburger and a patty melt? Because that's the one we're here to answer today. Okay, I can boil it down to a couple small things. Okay, one small thing. A burger is in a bun. A patty melt is in bread. Honestly, aside from that, I got nowhere to go. All I know is it's amazingly delicious, and we all want one. So can we have one? Of course we can have one. And we're gonna start with the onion component, which, by the way, if you don't like onions, too bad. Get used to them, Junior, because these make the patty melt. We start with the hot pan. We add a little oil, a little butter, and a bunch of onions. Hey, sorry. And over the next, 7, 8, 9 minutes, these are gonna soften, caramelize, Lewis, and get gorgeous. Wait! It's not about heat, really, it's about time. I mean, yes, you need some heat, but you don't want to burn them. You want to just take your time with these and let the sweetness come out and get all gorgeous and beautifully colored and amazing. I'm just fucking burning everything on my arm. If I had hair on this arm, it would be burnt. I'm just like a hairless, young little nymph from Greece and the... Wait, get out. You and the camera, man. You know what I meant. I thought I was just talking to you. Okay, so a patty melt implies ground beef, and that's what I've got here. We'll put the ground beef in the bowl as elegantly as we can. I use 80-20. That means there's 20% fat to 80% leanness, and you want that fat component because fat means flavor. Don't forget that. You can buy 93.7, 7% fat, 93% lean. You can buy 1090, 10% fat. I go for 20% fat. Just trust me. Forget those other ones. This is what you want. Fat means flavor, okay? We had 3 things. We had kosher salt. We had fresh ground pepper. We had a little bit of garlic powder. Perfect. And then we mix. And just use your hands because that's why you've got them. Look, they're at the end of your arms are the perfect place. I mean, you might as well. This is basically 3/4 of a pound. I can make 2 out of this. Look, they're gonna definitely be healthy. We're gonna be fine. Flatten them out. I'm gonna put a little oil on this plate because I don't want them to stick. We'll spread them out and put them down. And that's it, simple, right? There's nothing elegant about a patty melt. It's all about deliciousness. Okay, so I just washed my hands. And for the people that don't think I washed my hands, just because you don't see it doesn't mean it didn't happen. So lighten up. And for the people that say, oh, he touched his dog and then he didn't wash. Well, A, I might have, but B, if I didn't, I'm not at my restaurant, which I don't take my dogs to. I'm cooking for me and for Max and Jilly's back there and there she is. And Kelly's somewhere in the house. And they're all okay with dogs and food and whatever. If you're not okay with that, then that's fine. But don't get mad at me because of what I do or don't do. Okay, so onions, look. Like, come on. How is that not gonna be a crazy delicious thing? And at this point, once they've softened a lot and they're caramelized and beautiful, now we can season. So a little salt and of course a little pepper. Because this is my position. I feel like all components in a sandwich or a burger or whatever dish it is should be seasoned properly. If a bunch of the onion falls out of this patty melt and you go to eat it and it's not seasoned properly, it's a bit of a bummer, don't you think? So I season it. Season it as I go. The burger gets seasoned, the onions get seasoned, we're fine. Everything will be delicious. In group form or in individual form, everything's fine. Come close. Max is a little stressed right now because on the other side of this fence, are some gardeners having a conversation. They're doing important work, no more important than what I'm doing, no less important than what I'm doing. We're all doing whatever we do. It's all important work. But Max is a little stressed because he's hearing them and he knows the audio is being affected and whatever. They get to do their job, I get to do my job. And so does Kelly, who's standing right there judging from right there.
Caught. Busted.
Busted. Right. Okay, shall we cook the burgers? The onions are there. So we put a little oil down, spread it out, and then the patty goes on. Oops, shit. Come back, come back. I almost really f***ed that up. The really important point right now is don't do anything. I know the instinct is to flip and turn and this and that, but right now, that's what's happening. Nothing. Let it build the crust. It's all about the flavor. And when you get that crust on there, which gives you, yes, a little extra crunch in your bite, but it's flavor building. And when you can see, it's about halfway done, right? You see cooked up here and start to be non-cooked. Now we're ready to flip. So we loosen, and then, ready for this? And that's what I'm talking about, this gorgeous crust on top. That's what you want. Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Okay, now we can get our bread ready and we're almost there. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a piece of our bread, and we're using sourdough because I love sourdough. We're gonna get it on there. It's gonna start to brown. And in my version, we add a little creamy horseradish sauce. Store-bought, makes it easier. We're going with 2 different cheeses on this. So we're going with some orange cheese, American cheese. Ah, my favorite. Now we'll add some onions to the top. Beautiful, beautiful. Nobody move. And now the patty goes on top of that. I know it seems like excess, but I'm telling you, when you have this thing, it's gonna be crazy good. We'll go one more piece of Munster on top, and then our other piece of bread comes up here, and then we give it some of this. Basically, we're making like the world's biggest beefy grilled cheese ever. So now we add butter to this top piece because we're getting ready to flip it. And now we flip. So all the way under, one quick motion, and then flip it over. Oh, good Lord. Look at this, golden, delicious on top. We give it a little squoosh. Let it do its thing and finish up. That is one badass looking patty melt. Okay, I can't stand it anymore. Let's eat. Oh, it's gonna be insane. Should we cut? Oh my gosh. Look at the juiciness. It's not legal. That should not be legal. Cheesy, oniony, drippy, gooey, crunchy, horseradishy. I don't know how you don't like this, but let's have a bite. Because the proof is in the pudding. So here's what we have. Honestly, if you could have smelled this while it was cooking, you might be as excited as I am right now. It's dripping down it's running down my fingers. And when I say excited, I mean food excited, not excited, because it's a whole different thing. Creeper, stop thinking like that. You hear the crisp? That's what this is. Oh my God, the cheese. Okay, I'm going right here. Somebody commented the other day, hey, you know what, I watch with my kids. Maybe you could like slow down on the swearing a little bit. I will definitely try. But right now, all I can say is holy shit. It's one of the best things I've ever eaten. See the onions? Did you see what's happening here with the onions? It's dripping, onion, cheesy, melty, gooey, crispy. What more do you need? Honestly. You don't. By the way, today's Monday. Friday, we're giving away one of these, the Evo. It's a little messy right now. Yours will come cleaner if you win. You just have to be a subscriber and comment on the video that was titled something like, we're giving away a $3,500 grill. One of these. Not this one, you get a clean one. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I don't bullshit. When I say something's amazing, it's fucking amazing. Even if it's just me. But I think you can get a sense that that is going to be all damn good.